Hey, what's up everyone? Today I wanted to make a red purple kid OP05 deck list. Took me a while to really do this one because I was honestly dreading it. I thought this deck was completely garbage, but it is. So like the defensive variant that people play of red purple Luffy, where they've got like the kid and the white beard and they just try to make their leader like a 9k leader. This is basically just the same exact concept but better because you have more lives to work with. So it's basically just the same concept. You're just trying to stall out the game and just make your leader have a million power. And if they can't remove this kid or Whitebeard, well, specifically the kid, if they can't remove the kid for a few turns, it's just over. And then Hell's Judgment is just make sure they absolutely cannot attack you twice. So let's go start from the beginning. Your turn, if you have 4 or more life, this leader has power minus 1000. So you're going to be swinging 4 at life the first several turns until they get you to 3 life, unless you attach Dawn, obviously. So not great, but not bad, because, you know, do you really want to swing into Enel immediately or Katakuri immediately anyways? So not super bad effect, but it's not great. Also, when attacking Dawn -1, this leader gains plus 2000 power for this turn. This effect is insanely strong. One of the strongest leader effects in the game, so that's why it has to be probably balanced by the other one. I think it's pretty interesting. I don't think it's insanely good, but it's interesting. So we got 4 Whitebeards. Basically, on play, he gives your leader plus 2000 power until the start of your next turn, so it puts your leader at 7k immediately, and your opponent has to attack into 7k, and he also has a when attacking effect KO an opponent's character with 3000 power or less, so very, very, very good. We've got 4 Magellans, which is like the best card to see in this entire deck because you ultimately just want to stall your opponent so that you can get to late game, and if they end up killing the Magellan, it just becomes a problem for them right away, which you'll see in the video later. So on play Dawn -1, your opponent returns one of their Dawn cards on their field to their Dawn deck, and on your opponent's turn, when this character is KO'd, your opponent returns 2 of their Dawn cards to their Dawn deck. So when you play it, it gets rid of their Dawn, minuses them 1 immediately, it kind of slows them in their tracks, and then on your opponent's turn, if they KO your Magellan, they go another -2, so they really can't safely KO him until they're at the 10 Dawn turn, which is just super, super problematic. Now, they can bottom deck him and stuff like that, but they cannot KO him because it's just such a big issue. We've got 2 Khalifas. This could be any other 2k that you wanted, but I thought the draw 2 trash 1 is really good. Of course, it is when attacking, so she's got to have some sort of staying power on the field, so if you're playing against a deck with high removal, she's going to be basically useless, which is why I only have 2 of her. Otama could work just as good and has some synergy with Whitebeard, stuff like that, so you might want to try that. We've got 4 Usohachi, mostly just for the 2k counter, but also when attacking, if you have 8 or more Dawn on your field, rest an opponent's character with a cost of 4 or less. So, not bad at all. Really helps late game, resting the blockers, basically. Really good for getting rid of Rebecca and things such as. We've got 4 Kids, which is another huge engine of this deck. Blocker, on your turn, once per turn, when a Dawn card from your field is returned to your Dawn deck, add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. Now, unfortunately, if you're only pairing it with the leader effect, you don't get to use that active Dawn afterwards, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can always attach it to somebody else if you have it. We've got 1 Luffy as a finisher. Dawn -10, place all your characters and this character at the bottom of your deck in any order, then after this turn take another turn, so basically it just lets you swing 5, 7, well I guess with the kid effect it would be, you could swing 5, 9, and 12 in that order, so just gives you 3 attacks basically immediately. With this leader it's not as strong, but with red purple Luffy it's very good. We've got 4 ultis in the page 1 combo. Don't super love this, could definitely be replaced with something else, but it feels like the board float is pretty good against some decks. So on play Dawn -1, play a page 1 card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand, so you're basically just playing this vanilla. She's also a great 2k counter, which is really nice. We've got 2 Rush Kaidos, which is another one of our finishers. On play Dawn -5, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. This character gains Rush during this turn. I mean, how many more effects do they want to print for that card? Jeez, you know. We've got 4 Queens. Blocker, on play Dawn -1, draw 2 trash 1. Best blocker in the game, still, probably. We've got 4 page 1, which is just played with ulti. 3 blocker laws, because the effect is really good, especially in this deck, because you're not really going to be, either you're going to be playing a 3 cost on your second turn, or you're going to be just not swinging into them. Okay, never mind, sorry. Since you're going to be playing a 3 cost, you can't swing into them because your leader effectively has 4k power, which means they don't get a chance to dump a card out of their hand to counter, which means they'll probably draw more, which means they'll probably have 7 cards in their hand at some point or another, more than likely with this deck than any other. So couldn't really enunciate there, but sorry about that. We got 4 heat. Didn't really like this card when I was playing it, so it could probably be replaced with anything else that has a 1k counter on it. Your turn, once per turn, when a Dawn card is returned to the Dawn deck from your field, this character gains plus 2,000 power until the start of your next turn. 3 cost just seems so weak, especially in this meta, because they can be rested by like Sugar or any of those rest effects, Izo, whatever, and they can also be KO'd by Gadatsu and bottom deck by Houndblaze just so unbelievably easily. So not sure how I really feel about this card, but I do think it's decent if it has any sort of staying power on the field. We've got 4 7 cost kid on play / when attacking Dawn -1 up to one of your leader gains plus 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. So in combination with Whitebeard can basically make kid 8,000 power. If you've got 2 of them, it can make him 9,000 power, so on and so forth. We've got 2 Hell's Judgments. Give up to 2 of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 3,000 power during this turn. Really, really strong, especially if you've got a kid or a Whitebeard effect currently active. Basically makes it so they just effectively cannot attack into you at all. Now we've got 4 Gum Jet Gatlings, because we've got several cards with no counter on them, and we just want to be able to use that to make them into a counter effectively. And it's also got a pretty good trigger effect. So that's the deck. It's really just trying to get to late game and then play a few kids and Whitebeards and, you know, do the classic my leader has 8k power, your move type of thing. Magellan is really, really important and good on the way up to 10 Dawn or whatever. You honestly want to play it on the 5 curve every single game if possible, because it's just it will basically win you the game, especially if multiple are played. So that's the deck list. I hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll get into the gameplay now. Alright, finally get a game against Sakazuki here. I'm going to go second, I think, just to take it away from them. Maybe not. I think I'll go first, so I can Magellan them first if I see it. I'm going to mulligan for Magellan. No Magellans. I'm just going to go ahead and pass to him. And just swing 7 at life next turn, more than likely. Hits the brand new already. Already has 3 in the trash, unfortunately, for Lucci, so not like I was going to play any cards, but just good to keep notice. I'm going to swing 7 at life. He's probably going to take it, unless he wants to dump that to Shigi that he just got. Yeah, I mean, I guess he just drew a 2k counter, so he dumps it. I'm going to pass to him. He's probably going to play Borsalino or Kuzan. Or maybe he'll just attach Dawn to both and swing, but my bet is on Borsalino or Kuzan if he's got it. And there's the 5 at life. You can have one of the page 1s. There's the Borsalino. I'm gonna play Kid, and then I'm gonna swing 5 at life and minus 1 Dawn to make it 6. And I'll pass. And now Kid is going to go bye-bye in about 0.2 seconds. Yep, there's the minus 3. Now here comes the Lucci. Ooh, Houndblaze, switching it up here. 6 at life. I'll just take it. See ulti, which is interesting. Board Flood might be pretty good here. And I'll take this one too, maybe. Yeah, I'll take this one too, just to make my leader effect active. He's got like almost no cards in his hand, which is cool. Do you think he'll save his brand new? probably. I really want to play this 5-cost kid again, because if he can't remove it, it's just it's so good, but if he can, it's just pointless. So I'm just going to play the 7-cost. -1 Dawn, and then I'm not going to worry about the brand new. I'm just going to swing at life. And if I minus, I'll be at 7 next turn, which is fine, I think. So 8 at life, he takes it. You know, kid's probably gonna get nuked off the field any second now. But what can you do? So next turn I have 7 Dawn. I'm probably going to play 5-drop kid and then attach 2 Dawns, swing with everything. Minus a Dawn to ramp back up. Oh, I was just gonna say it'd be really good if this thing just stays on the field for just 1 turn, but it's not the world we live in, unfortunately. Now I might not want to minus next turn, so I can play Kaido the following turn, because Kaido's pretty good at this point. So he's gonna swing 8. I'm probably gonna go 9. Board flood seems pretty good though. I'll get rid of Khalifa and Heat. Use the Sakazuki effect to draw. I draw a Whitebeard, so yeah, this is definitely going to be just like kid, attach 2 Dawns, swing, minus to ramp, and now next turn I've got Whitebeard or Kaido. So I might actually be able to get it done here against the Sakazuki. No 10-drop Kaido now, because he already started using his greater options. I mean, this deck is so ridiculous, dude. It's so strong. I don't think it's that good, though, just because you have to, like, draw everything that you need. And while it does have constant draw power, it seems inconsistent. You can't draw the cards that you really want, like Rebecca or Rablucci. I'm gonna 2k out of this. I'll take this just because my hand is starting to get a little bit low. See Magellan when it's too late, which is the worst feeling ever. Plays Kuzan and gonna swing 7, which I have to take, unfortunately, to another law. So yeah, not really gonna be any way I can win, I don't think. Whitebeard is probably my best bet, and hope that he just doesn't. Yeah, I think Whitebeard's my best bet, because what happens if I play Kaido? I can KO this Kuzan, swing into this Lucci. He's still got a Borsellino, so he could save it if he wanted. And I go down all my Dawn. I think I play Whitebeard, hope I live, and then if I do, I play Kaido the following turn. So Whitebeard. Now I think I go for the Lucci here, right? Yeah, I go for the Lucci here. If he has the counters, he has the counters. I definitely lose if he does, I would imagine. He blocks, which I think that was the wrong play for sure. It's not like Lucci had any more power, and Borsellino's a blocker that would be restood the following turn. Now he's just susceptible to Kaido. I think that was definitely a misplay on his part. Hopefully the Whitebeard is just enough to help me survive this turn, but these 2 Magellans in my hand are just so gross. Oh, he's just going to remove the Whitebeard instantly, which is fine, because I do have Rush Kaido ultimately, so as long as I can survive these hits, we're feeling pretty good. Swing 7 into 7. I have a 1k. Swing 7 into 7. I have a 1k. And now we've got swing 7 into 7. Do I take it? I don't see why I would. I mean, it's gonna be my last turn, right? Why not? don't think there's anything in my deck that would actually help at this point, but might as well. Alright, so let's see here. So I just have to play Kaido first, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pop him. Attach the last on to this guy. We'll go 8 into 5. I don't think he's got it, if I'm being honest. I don't think he's got it. 10. And we do manage to take the W. So, let's go. Alright, going against Enel here. He's going to go second. That's fine. I'd rather go first. I see Magellan in my hand, which is great. Otherwise, it's not the best hand in the world, but it is what it is. Do I want to swing at the Enel? No. I'm just going to pass. Not gonna deal with like the Shirahoshi, whatever he wants to draw nonsense. 5 at life. I'll just take the first one. Sanji, this is gonna be Magellan number 1. I'll pass. So Datsu doesn't really do anything. Yeah, pretty smart to swing with the Sanji, to be honest. I'll take that one and hope he doesn't swing at me harder again. Do I want to ramp? Does ramping give me anything here? It'll make me go to 7 next turn, and then I could play Kid, but I think I want to play Magellan next turn anyway, so I'm going to use it for defense. Swing 6. I'm gonna give him Wire and Page 1 probably. 2 Dawn left. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, he Thunderbolted my Magellan. I don't know about that one. That's pretty yikes, if I'm honest. I'm gonna go 6 at Sanji. I'm gonna play another Magellan. Now he'll probably leave because that's kind of what most people do when you play Magellan, but I mean, I'm gonna play a third one here. Sir, a third Magellan has hit the towers. So I guess he figures if I'm starving him, he's just gonna get rid of his own life. And that'll show me. I think I'm gonna 0 cost into Kid. And honestly, guys, I'm actually gonna swing 7 this time, and then I'm gonna play another Magellan. I'm just gonna be real with you. Alright, Thunderbolt that one. I don't know. I don't think Thunderbolting them was the play, if I'm being honest. 8 at life, I'll just take it. Yeah, so this is feeling pretty good for me right now. Now, do I play Law? I think I'm gonna play Law and then ulti into Page 1. Alright, cool, we got the card out of his hand. And I'll pass. Surprisingly, pretty good matchup against Enel. I mean, he did go out of his way to Thunderbolt all my Magellans, but also I would have just been swinging with them if he hadn't, so I don't know. Do I want to take it? I think I will. Plays Holy, probably. Or maybe just Ohm. Yep, plays just Ohm. Let's see, he doesn't have a ton of Dawn. I should probably play another blocker though. I'm undecided between 7 or do I just go for game here? It's kind of risky, but it's probably possible. It was 7. takes it. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna go for that last life then. I'm gonna go for the last life and also figure out a way to play 5-cost kid. So that's a counter out of his hand. I will go another 7. He takes. Sweet. And then I'll play kid first. Goes 7. Or I guess it's 8 rather. And I win. He could have survived until next turn, I'm fairly certain. I only had another 6